Hey, it's Celia in the Sonic Cathedral of WNXP on the record with Gabby, who plays as Daffo. Thanks for being here so much and playing your songs.
Thanks for having me.
It's awesome that you're touring through here. We've been playing your tunes since before the album was released, but to have it in full in the fall was really special. What can you tell the people about the making of your first full length, Where the Earth Bends, which I have right here?
It was honestly just fun. Like, I've always obviously wanted to make a full length, and I found the best people to work with, Rob Schnaff and Matt Schuessler. And when I got into the studio, I was like super nervous, and we really just kind of pieced it together. We started with a few songs, and then I went away for a month, and then I came back and we did a few more. So we didn't necessarily know it was going to be a record when we went into the studio, but that was my hope. So it was kind of easygoing and low pressure and just like so much fun.
Yes, the people you worked with, super heavy hitters as far as like recommended if you like this artist they've worked with. Yeah. So it sounds like they made you comfortable and you trusted them with helping shape the sound.
They're like some of the best people I know. And
you can name drop, like, didn't you play Elliott Smith's guitars?
I did play Elliott Smith's guitar, or it's Rob's guitar, but it was played on Figure Eight and some of the other records. And I used it on the Arthur Russell cover as well.
Beautiful. Yeah, that you've just released at the time you're here.
Yeah.
And you recorded in LA, which is where you're based now, right?
Yes.
Remind me when you moved from East Coast to West Coast.
I guess December 2024.
Okay.
So it's been just a little bit over a year, but I've barely been there because I've just been on the road.
Okay. That's what I was going to ask. Do you feel like an LA person? I feel like in an interview last year, you're like, not yet. You're not really there.
I don't know if I'll ever be an LA person. I think I'm an East Coast person. I'm like, that's just who I am. But I definitely think that I'll probably settle into my life there a little bit more. I mean, that's the hope.
Post-tour.
Yeah.
Actually getting to, and of course, creative collaborators galore, right?
Yeah, I just feel like it's what the winters do to you. The winters are still in my bones, and it makes me an East Coast person.
You actually you're kind of like reminiscing about the winter now?
Yeah, well, I hate winter, but here I am.
Same. As we record this in the winter, it's been awful. So Where the Earth Bends, as I said, your first full length, you recorded 2 EPs when you were like a teenager? I mean, you wrote those songs when you were really young. So how do you feel like this album showcases you now, like your literal voice, but also your songwriting voice, like the way you are expressing yourself in these songs different than some of your breakthrough tunes that were all viral?
I feel like I'm just able to articulate lyrically and melodically, like I can articulate better what I'm feeling and what I mean. I just have more vocabulary to say what I want to say, and I feel like I get my feelings across a little bit better. It's also just better songwriting. It's just better.
Well, it's great songwriting, and you're saying you're less vague. Yeah, I would say I'm a whore for a quick fix is pretty direct. I heard that and I was like, ouch, get out of my brain.
Yeah.
You're very confessional on this, and it feels like you played Bad Dog. I mean, there's like lots of animal and domesticity imagery here. Was there a through line for this record, like as a theme, or no? You just sort of turned out that way.
No through line. Like, I just put the best songs that I had on the record and tried to, I think they're held together by the theme of my life and just kind of what I was experiencing at the time that I wrote these songs. There are some songs that I wrote at different times of year, and I can kind of tell where I was at these certain points, but I feel like that also kind of gives it a little bit more flow. It's not just like the same feeling the whole record, but yeah.
Yeah, it takes you back to where you were.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Is there an example of one of the songs you played that you're like, oh man, that season was...
Well, Get a Life, I actually wrote at a Buddhist monastery. I was on a meditation retreat with my mom, and I was struggling a lot. It was a New Year's retreat, and it was the middle of winter, and I always struggled in winter, and I was having a hard time writing, and I think I wrote Get a Life, and it kind of like opened the floodgates a little bit, and then I kind of wrote most of the other songs after Get a Life. So it's also kind of fitting that it's the first song on the record. But yeah, I definitely think of just kind of my frustration, and like writing that song is like the floodgates opening for writing.
So poetic that you were like, it was the catalyst when you were trying to go inward, you actually were able to spill out from that.
Finally, like I think also like the message of the song, like I was in a place where they were telling me to be so mindful and to like experience my life, but like I felt like I wasn't doing that, and when I'm not writing songs, I feel wrong. So like, I don't know. Yeah.
It's core to your being.
It is core to my
express
being.
yourself through songs.
Yeah.
Well, good thing, because you're really good at it. Can you talk about some of the touring gigs you've done before? You're on a headlining tour right now, but I mean, some of your like crew over time has been what? Illuminati Hotties, Blonde Shell. You had the Sir Chloe tour. That was maybe your first when you dropped out of school, right?
Yeah, that was when I dropped
So,
out of school.
and Wednesday?
Yeah.
Am I missing any? This has been like amazing.
Annie DeRusso.
What a squad. Annie actually talked about you when she was here in this building last. Yeah, loved your music.
The best.
So what about just thinking of those people? What have you learned on tours with fellow artists that have like prepared you to be where you are now with this full album and this your headlining tour?
I mean, what I've really learned, I think, is that it just takes a lot of work. Like you cannot, like this is a job. A lot of people think, you know, I'm living the rock star life, but it's a job. Like these people are working their asses off, and they really, really care about what they're doing, and you cannot be half-hearted about it. Like you really like you have to put everything into it, and it takes a lot. And it's I've just been really inspired by like how hardworking and dedicated everybody is, and also how lovely. I've been so lucky to just be on tour with wonderful people that have, you know, given me advice and have been great role models for me. And I feel so much more prepared being on my first headline tour now after doing all of those tours, and really just like seeing how to compose myself is, yeah, it was cool. I
love that. And I also like you confessing, like, I hope it looks effortless, but we are busting our asses up here, right?
Tour is like so hard. I feel like every musician I know is like, and growing up, like everybody was like, I want to go on tour. It's like the one thing I want to do. And then you get on tour and you're like, oh, this is really hard.
You're cutting your own bangs
exhausting.
At midnight, right?
I'm
After
cutting
the gig.
my own bangs at midnight.
And discuss this offline.
Like, it's exhausting. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm so glad you included us in this hustle and in this tour in support of this record. The tunes, you know, we love to play on the radio and also to see live here in town. So thank you so much, Gabby, for sharing your art with us.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.